Hello students, today in this video we are going to study a very famous poem of John Keats, and the name of the poem is A Thing of Beauty. Here in this video we will study the poem along with its word meanings and figures of speech. But before the starting of the poem, first of all we'll know about the poet and the poem. John Keats, the poet, he was born in London in 1795, and after spending a very short life of only 25 years, he died in 1821. He is a romantic poet, and his poetry is characterized by sensual imagery. And most of the time, the poet has written odes. Odes, student, that is a lyrical poem that has been divided into many stanzas. And even today, John Keats' poetry is very famous. And if we talk about the poem, student, this poem is not a separate poem. It is the beginning part of his famous poem Endymion. Endymion, a poetic romance that he wrote in 1808. According to this poem, Endymion was a Greek youth. He was a shepherd, and he fell in love with moon goddess, and he started the quest. Quest means search, and in that beginning, the poet has written these lines. So let us learn the poem. In the very beginning, the poet says, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever; its loveliness increases." A thing of beauty. A thing of beauty, a beautiful thing, is a joy forever. Poet says that if a thing is beautiful, that is a joy forever. Mean, a beautiful thing always gives us joy and happiness. It never becomes old. Its joy and its happiness, the joy and happiness that is related to this beautiful thing, that never decreases, rather it increases with time. It will never pass into nothingness. The beauty and the joy that is related or that is associated with the thing of beauty, that never pass into nothingness. In short, we can say that अगर एक चीज़ beautiful है तो वो आपके माइंड में हमेशा एक जॉय क्रिएट करेगी. योर हार्ट विल ऑलवेज लिव विद हैप्पीनेस, एंड कभी भी उसका असर जो है वो नथिंगनेस में नहीं जाएगा, शून्य में नहीं जाएगा, जीरो में नहीं जाएगा, बट स्टिल विल कीप अ बॉवर क्वाइट फॉर अस. ये जो थिंग ऑफ ब्यूटी है दैट विल ऑलवेज कीप अ बॉवर. बॉवर मीन अ शेल्टर, एक शेड. क्वाइट मीन्स साइलेंट. इट विल ऑलवेज कीप अ साइलेंट शेड फॉर अस and a sleep full of sweet dreams. This will always provide us a sweet that will be full of sweet dreams. Mean we will have a good sleep and health and quiet breathing. In short, we can say that a beautiful thing that gives us a kind of peace, kind of comfort, kind of good sleep, and also happiness. So, if a thing is really beautiful, then all the happiness that is associated with that thing, that never decreases, that never becomes zero. Here, if we talk about the tough words, I think there is only one word that is new for us, that is bower. Bower means a shady place under the tree. In this picture, you are seeing what is bower, and then rhyme scheme, if we go, that is AABBC. And alliteration has been used here. Sleep, sweet dreams. That is the use of alliteration. Therefore, on every morrow are we reading a flowery band to bind us to the earth. So the poet is saying that there are a lot of things of beauty in our life. हमारी लाइफ में बहुत सारी ऐसी थिंग्स है that are the thing of beauty, and therefore on every morrow, morrow mean next day, and that's why on every morrow are we reading. Read mean to make, to something in a circle. बुनना ये गुथना, a flowery band to bind us to the earth. और एवरी डे वी आर रीडिंग, वी आर मेकिंग अ फ्लारी बैंड. फूलों का एक बैंड हम बना रहे हैं दैट हैज़ बाउंड अस टू द अर्थ, जो हमें अर्थ से बांध के रखता है. मीन हम अपनी लाइफ को अर्थ से बांध के रख रहे हैं. मीन हम अर्थ पर अपनी लाइफ को कंटिन्यू कर रहे हैं. एंड वाई वी आर कंटिन्यूइंग आवर लाइफ टू द अर्थ? बिकॉज देर आर थिंग्स ऑफ ब्यूटीज, एंड दीज थिंग्स ऑफ ब्यूटी क्रिएट अ हैप्पीनेस इन आवर माइंड. Spite of despondence of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways made for our searching. Spite of mean in spite of. Spite word here is the short form for in spite of despondence. In spite of के बावजूद, किसके बावजूद? Despondence mean there's a lot of despondence. Despondence mean hopelessness. Disappointments of the inhuman dearth. Dearth mean lack. lacking of something of noble natures. Although there is a lack, there is a shortage of noble natures, mean good person on this earth. Of the gloomy days. Here, sometime our days becomes very much gloomy, very much depressive, very much dark. Of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways. And sometimes life becomes so much unhealthy and over darkened. Over darkened mean dark. Totally black, totally dark. There's no happiness made for our searching, mean made for our life. Sometimes there are some incidents that seems as if they are very much disappointing, they are very much depressive, and there's also the shortage of good people in this world. But yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. In spite of all these bad experiences, there are also many good experiences, and they move away the pall. Pall mean curtain. Pall is actually a kind of cloth that is spread over the coffin. Coffin के ऊपर बिछाए जाने वाले क्लोथ को हम पॉल कहते हैं. Here the pall is a dark cover of gloom and sadness. Yes, there is a cover of gloom and sadness, but some shape of beauty that moves the away the pall from our dark spirit. हमारी जो dark spirit mean, in short, we can say that sometime it happens that we experience many bad things. Sometime there is the thing that goes wrong, like our study, our exams, there's a fight with our friends, there's something wrong that has happened due to our enemies also. And yes, we feel very much depressive, but still we do not end our life, we continue to live. And why we continue to live? Because there is something that is beautiful, and that beautiful thing moves away the curtain of sadness from our disappointed spirit. And that's why on every morrow, every next day, we are reading a flowery band to bind us to earth. Yes, many things happen in our life that are not good for us, but still we continue to live on this earth. And why we continue to live on this earth? Because these kinds of things of beauty, they inspire us to live our life. They actually attach us to the earth. So here the example of anaphora of noble natures of all the unhealthy. Of and of beginning words are same. Then alliteration. Alliteration is the repetition of same consonant sound like bend, bind. Noble natures, some sheep. And then metaphor. Metaphor reading a flowery band. Flowery band mean uh, a kind of attachment towards the earth. Good attachment. And then inversion. Inversion, students, when the grammatical structure of the sentence that is invert, mean that is reversed, we can say, are we reading a flowery band? It should be like we are reading a flowery band. So this grammatical structure has been reversed, and this is the use of inversion. And then there's the tough word meanings also. Until now we have seen that yes, there are a lot of disappointment in our life, but still there are some things that are of beauty, and that's why we are continuing to live our life on the earth. Such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. Yes, such the sun, the moon. Here the poet has given a lot of examples of the beautiful things. These things can be the sun, the moon. Trees old and young mean old and young trees, small trees, old trees, sprouting a shady boon. Sprout mean to spread. The trees that spread a shady boon, that give us shade. Boon is a kind of good thing, and shady, full of shade, for simple sheep. Sheep here for common people. Yes, the trees that give shade to common people. And such are daffodils. Daffodils are yellow colored flowers with the green world they live in. Along with the green world, their plant. They also may be the things of beauty. And clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make. Rills, streams of running water that flow in the forest, and that for themselves a cooling covert. Covert mean a covering. The rills that are not open, sometimes they make a cover of the shrubs and the thickets and the trees over them. That is a cooling cover because that keeps the water very cool. And yes, these rills can also be the thing of beauty. Against the hot season, they keep themselves cool against the hot season when the sun is shining, and these rills, these small streams, they are covered with some kind of shade like the tree, like the thickets, like the shrubs, so their water remain cool. So here the poet has given some kinds of some examples of things of beauty like the sun, the moon, the trees that give us shade, even the daffodils with their plants, and even the clear rills. They are also the thing of beauty. Alliteration, sprouting shady, simple sheep, and then cooling covert. Antithesis when two opposite words are put side by side, like trees old, young. These are the opposite words. So this is the use of antithesis. And next, the mid forest break. Mid forest, in the middle of the forest there is a break mean a kind of thicket, झाड़ी जो होती है, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. That is rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose. Musk rose is a kind of rose, the photo I have given you, and there also musk rose is blooming, and that thicket that is rich with that scent, that also may be a thing of beauty. Thicket, any kind of bush. Yes, thicket is a kind of bush, and that is in the middle of forest, and that is actually, we can say, full of the smell of musk rose. And such too is the grandeur of the dooms. Dooms mean death. We have imagined for the mighty dead. Yes, the poet says that the things of beauty, they are not only the natural things, but even the mighty dead. Mighty dead, that sometimes are asked in the question paper also, that what is mighty dead. Mighty dead are the people that have died, that have sacrificed their lives for some noble cause, like our soldiers. They have sacrificed their lives for the safety of the country. Yes, safety of humanity also, that is the mighty dead. Yes, that death that we have imagined for our mighty deads. The martyrdom of the martyrs, that is also a thing of beauty. Yes, उनकी शहादत के किस्से जो लोगों को सुनाए जाते हैं, वो कहानियाँ, वो किस्से, वो भी एक thing of beauty होती हैं. All lovely tales that we have heard or read, even the lovely tales that we have heard, वो अच्छी अच्छी सुंदर सुंदर कहानियाँ जो हमने कभी पढ़ी और कभी सुनी है, and endless fountain of immortal drink pouring onto us from heaven's brink. All these things of beauties are endless, in the same way as if it is the fountain of immortal that never dies drink pouring onto us, जो हम पर पोर की जा रही है, उड़ेली जा रही है from heaven's brink is edge, किनारा, as if God is pouring all these things of beauty onto us, like he is pouring immortal drink. Yes, why this is immortal? Because these things of beauty, they never die. So here the poet has given some examples of things of beauty, like the sun, the moon, trees, daffodils, rills, thickets, and then musk rose, then the martyrdoms of the martyr, and then also the tales, lovely tales. All these things of beauty, they are like the endless fountain of immortal drink. Yes, this is a metaphor that the things of beauty, they have been said to be the fountain of immortal drink, and from where they are coming? They are coming from the edge of the heaven. Yes, God is pouring us, God is giving us these things as if he is pouring upon us an immortal drink. Here the word meanings are break. Break is a kind of thicket that actually grows in the mid forest. Grandeur, high rank or society, socially important. Mighty mean brave. Enormous, immortal, that never dies. Brink is the edge. Alliteration, have heard. Then metaphor, I already told you that metaphor, immortal drinks, the thing of beauty have been compared with, and rhyme scheme of the poem, and again imagery. Imagery, students, whenever you read a line, if some kind of image comes in your mind, then the line is actually having imagery. So you have seen what the poem is telling us. In short, if we talk about the central idea, that poet says that a thing of beauty is that creates a kind of happiness, and this is the thing of beauty that is actually inspiring us to live our life, because there are many things that are disappointing in our lives, but still we are continuing our lives. We are not committing suicides, we are continuing living, and that is only because of something of beauty. And then he has mentioned some examples like sun, moon, trees, flowers, etc, etc, and they are endless. They are endless like the immortal drink that is provided by God. So I hope you have understood the poem. Keep learning, keep enjoying literature. Thank you.